How's it going, folks? We change of scenery here. I'm not in my room. I'll also have to apologise about the audio. I don't have any mics with me. I'm on holiday. I'm back in Ayr, where obviously I studied for 6 years. So I'm in the beautiful town of Scotland, the country of Scotland, in the beautiful town of Ayr. So I thought today I would share some of my favourite Scottish words or Scottish phrases that I learned over the years, for better or worse. Some of them are kind of like used in Ireland as well, but there's something about the Scottish pronunciation of it that just really hammer home how brilliant they are. So bear with me, hold on. Just a wee tea, prepare myself. But the first one, probably my favourite, is the word jobby. And the way they pronounce it, oh, jobby, I'm away for a jobby. Basically just means a shit. Like, if I'm away for a jobby, I'm away for a shite, essentially, away for a poo. And there's something about it. Oh, just wonderful. But yeah, I remember when I moved over here, my best mate Aaron, we all obviously shared halls or whatever, but we would go into someone else's flat to kind of chill out in their kitchen or whatever. And I mind for weeks, Aaron would turn to my mate Julia. She was from England, like, all right, is it okay if I use your toilet for a jobby? And she's like, yeah, no problem. God bless her. She'd be like, yeah, no problem. Gone ahead. Now it took her weeks to realize what a jobby meant. She didn't realize that he was going for a poo. She assumed that a jobby was like a way for a wank. So she thought that he was asking very politely to kind of leave us, go into her room, go into her fucking bathroom, just knock one out, and then come back out and join us again. Oh, God bless her, that was so funny. But yeah, Jobby, it's not a wank, it's very much a shit. However, sounds very similar, but probably closely our thing. Bobby. Now, a Bobby is a penis, but I just think it's a funny word. The Joby, Bobby, like they all sound so jolly and happy, but they're just so rotten at the same time. Like, I have a tiny Bobby. Like, I'm not quoting myself there, I'm quoting Scottish people, obviously. But it's just a funny word. You could also call it a tadger. You could also call it a, I don't know, I can only really think of Tadger and Bobby right now, but yeah, I can only really think of Tadger and Bobby right now, but yeah, I do like the word Bobby very much. It's one of the things I've kind of kept when I moved back to Ireland. I still refer to it sometimes as my Bobby. Not that I talk about it that often, I'm not a fucking predator or a weirdo. It's just a funny word that I like carrying with me. It's very funny. As I say, you can see I've not really prepared for this. I've no notes or nothing. I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. I'm on holiday. I've not got nothing with me, so bear with me. It is a slower pace, but I'm in good form. So just enjoy my company and enjoy me chatting shit. Enjoy me saying words. You could say just enjoy me blethering away. Like blethering, it's just chatting. Like, oh, he's a wild bletherer. He's a bletherer. I don't know how to spell it. He's a wild bletherer. He's a chatterbox and never fucks up. Kind of what I'm doing at the minute. I'm just blethering away to a camera in this empty room. I don't know if anyone's next door, but if they can hear me, they probably think this boy's a fucking idiot. Idiot's an R one that they use over here. It's big in Ireland too. Idiot, it's basically an R word for an idiot. Like, you can kind of hear the idiot, idiot. Yeah. I'm assuming that's how they got the A to B with that one. Just cut out a syllable just for the sake of it. Another word for an idiot that they would use over here is like a bampot. I do enjoy bampot. It's just, I like that fucking bampot. Like, oh, it's the delivery for me that really sets the Scottish apart from they have such a way with words. It's wonderful. Like, that fucking bampot's nicked my telly. That's just me, just my Scottish accent shape, but I'm trying to like kind of paint an audio visual for you. Is that the term? It's the term we're going with anyway. Hoochin! Oh, you're not gonna do that, pub, are you? It's absolutely hoochin. I used to think that meant like that it was stinking, like it was rotten. Turns out it just means it's very busy. It's very crowded. For long enough, I just assumed, oh, it's rotten. But yeah, turns out it's just very busy, which sometimes can mean it is rotten. In fairness, it's not very busy. It's just all sweat and just body odor and just people upon people, which is kind of a similar thing. Your car is your motor. All right, I've got a new motor, whatever. Car, fairly standard, fairly straightforward. Your hands, you know, when a normal person would say hands, they would say horns. They would they would say, oh, my horns, mate, I can't fucking feel my horns, they're freezing. And back to the whole, they would call that a honey. Oh, he's a honey. Like, sorry, no. See, I can't say that without laughing because it's just so fucking weird, man, but it's still funny. Here's a fun one. Like that, or hold on. You see what that is? You know, we call, like a normal person would call it a bed. That's my bed, I'm going to sleep in my bed. Over here, they would call it a scratcher. Alright, I'm away to lay my scratcher. I've had a long day, been doing all this here. I'm absolutely shattered. Gonna go into my scratcher, go for a wee kip. Scratcher is at your bed. Yeah, no more to it. I don't know what's being scratched, in fairness. If you're scratching your balls in your bed or something, is that something people do here? But they do also call it a wanking chariot, which is probably something that people do in the beds. Now I don't claim to. I'm a good innocent Catholic boy. But yeah, they also call it a wanking chariot, which I find really funny. Hack it. She's absolutely hack it. Sounds really bad, but I think that means kind of like ugly. They're disgusting or rotten or something. I don't know the correct term for it, but it always seems to be used in a negative way. Oh, your attitude's absolutely hack it. Like, I don't know if they'd use it in that context, but I'm just trying not to be offensive here. Comparing it to, so do you want, that room's absolutely hack it. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Rather than say don't, rather than just say, oh, don't do that, they'll be like gonna no do that, gonna no do that, or like they would say dinny instead of don't. I don't know why. For me, it's harder to say. It's adding an extra syllable for no reason. Oh, I didn't Ken. There's another one. Now this is more like kind of like Edinburgh and places like that. This isn't everywhere in Scotland, but they will say Ken as a substitute for no. Like, oh, I know how to do that. They'd be like, oh, I ken that fella down the street. Yeah, not like Ken the Barbie doll. But for me, it's harder to say than no. Just say, oh, I didn't know. No, they'll be like, oh, I didn't ken that. And you're like, what the fuck are you saying? But yeah, it's beautiful. It's still beautiful to listen to, you know. Some weird people here, but they're the best. They're the absolutely best. The absolutely best. They're the absolute best. I'm sorry, I'll be honest with you, I've had a few drinks this weekend. I'm kind of like still processing this, so I'm dead slow. I'm kind of like beleathered in a pish, chatting a lot of shit. There we are. Yeah, there's another one. Another one. What would you call that? Apart from dirty and needing a wash. You would call it a shoe. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, you'd call it a shoe. Not here. Here they call them gutties. Alright, it's a new pair of gutties. I got them in JD Sports for a score, which is £20. Yeah, gutties. I'm wearing a pair of gutties, which is just a funny word. It sounds very cheerful. It sounds kind of like, I don't know, it sounds like a Disney Channel like cartoon show or something. Oh, wait, are you watching the gutties? But yeah, mean shoes. Peely Wally. Peely Wally, it sounds like peeling off the wall, to be honest with you, but what it means is if someone's looking a wee bit sick or a wee bit under the weather, it'd be like, oh God, I saw Sandra the other day there in the shops. She looked very peely wally. I don't know if I've used that correctly, but yeah, peely wally, like just it means you're looking a wee bit sick or under the weather. Sleek it, that's one I do like. I learned that in work. I learned that a lot. Yeah. Oh, see that cunt? Everyone's a cunt. It's probably another thing just to make you aware to. Everybody's just a cunt, whether you're good, bad, sound, awful, young, old, man, woman, fish, donkey. If you're alive and you're there, you might even be dead. If you're just existing, you'll be referred to as a cunt, and it's a term of endearment over here. It's not like an insult. They mean it like, oh yeah, that cunt, he's a sign cunt. Like, or, oh, it's just how they describe it, as opposed to saying, oh, that person, that man, that woman, that person, whoever it may be, it's just that cunt. But anyway, if they're to say, oh, that cunt there, he's a sleek bastard. I used to hear that in work all the time, and it was just the delivery of it was just perfect. But sleek it basically means he's sneaky, he's crafty, or they're crafty, they're sneaky, they're whatever. So basically, I'm doing like I'm a sleek it bastard fucking dragging out a video that I'm just completely winging and just having you watching just for your viewing pleasure, and that it's just very minimal effort gone into it. But yeah, sleek it bastard. Bairns. I don't know if that's used in every like region as well. I think a lot of them are obviously kind of like what's the word, like providential or like specific. These I can't remember the word for that. Somebody remind me in the comments if you did it because I'm stupid. Regional. Don't bother. It's regional. Some of them are regional. Yeah. I believe this one isn't. That's bairns. Wee bairns. Which basically means kids, like children of the wee bairns. Uh, aye, bairns. It's a cute wee name. Last but not least, I'll use another one that I actually quite like as well. It's less like it's rather than just saying dog. Oh, look at the wee dog. They would say Doug. Oh, look at the wee Doug. And honestly, it makes me so happy when I hear someone say it. Like even being back here now, and you see one talk. Oh, here's the wee Doug. It's wonderful. It just makes them sound cuter. like I'm not a big dog person. I used to like well I quite like dogs, but I think they're overrated. I'm more of a cat person. Used to have a wee cat Gabriel. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. But yeah, dogs I warm to more when I hear them over here. I'm like, oh, go look at the wee dog. You wee dog. Give the dog a wee pet. You want a Becky? Biscuit. Yeah, standard. I'll throw in another one as well that I've just kind of remembered. Banging. Now, I don't know if in Derry, right? I don't know if it's in Ireland specifically, but Derry, if you were to say something was banging, like if you were to have a meal and to say it was banging, oh, that meal's absolutely banging. Usually it's negative, like you'd say it's like oh, it's rotten, that's disgusting, it's whatever, it's banging. Whereas over here, if something's banging, oh, like that nightclub's banging, that steak was banging, that song's banging, that tune's banging, it's a good thing. Means it's fucking brilliant. Which, in fairness, I'll be honest, we all concede here. I feel like that makes more sense. If something's banging, it sounds positive. But in Derry, for whatever reason, or in my household at least, if something's banging, it's rotten. But yeah, hopefully you found this video banging because I've completely winged it. But yeah, negative or positive, like whatever. Thanks for watching if you've made it this far. I do try my best to upload daily. I've been doing okay so far, so if you did enjoy it, again, I apologise about the audio, but give us a wee follow. See my socials will be down below in the thing as well if you want to follow my TikTok, follow me Instagram. But aye, thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next one. I really hit myself for that. I'm sorry. I cringe out when doing a Scottish accent, but like, here we are. Anyway, goodbye, folks. Thanks for watching.